This is CIT 1121, 1651, part 2. We're going to go through step 3, which is configuring switch SW-1. So a couple different things we're going to go ahead and pop through. We've got a bunch of bullet points to go through. All unused switch ports are administratively down, so we'll start with that. And then we'll add a couple things. After that, we're going to set up SSH also, and it should work out just fine. Let's take a look at switch SW1. Give that a click. Switch, go to privilege mode. We're going to go ahead and shut down all the ports, and then we'll just turn the 2 ports that are being used, or 3 ports that are being used, back on. So ports that are being used are G0/1, FA0/2, and FA0/10. So let's go ahead and just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go config T, and I'm going to go int range, and I'm going to go FA0/1 through 24, and G0/1 through 2, and I'm just going to say shut down. And I just shut down all the ports on the switch. Okay, so if anybody's working on this right now, they're like, hey, something's not right. So let's go ahead and turn those interfaces back on. I'll do int G0/1, no shut, and we'll go int FA0/2, comma, I guess I could have done this way, /10, oops. I'm just laughing because it's like I shut down all these people. No shut. All the fake people inside of my phony packet tracer just lost access, and they're cursing my name right now, which I find that a little funny. Okay, so all those ports are now shut down that are not being used. We're on a secure device, and our users will be up and running in just a moment. So we'll just blame it on their internet service provider. And let's move forward. So let's go to the second bullet point. SW1 default management interface should accept connections over the network. Use this information in the addressing table. Switch should be able to allow remote access and networks. Remote networks. The only way we're going to get to remote networks is if we set up a default gateway, and the only way we're going to get access at all is if we set up an IP address. So we're going to use the default IP address for this, which is up at the top here, 192.168.1.254. The gateway is, you can't see it right now, but the gateway is 192.168.1.1. So we'll just go ahead and add those 2 things in straight away. So we'll go int vlan1 IP address 192.168.1.2, and we'll no shut that. And that's in pretty good shape. We'll do an exit. Remember, you do default gateway from privilege mode, which is weird, but or from global config, but still, it's not under interface config, which seems like it should be, but it's not. So it has the device has 1 default gateway, and we just set it. So we're in a good spot there. I'm gonna move this down a little bit. Use @cons1234 bang as the privileged exec mode password. That's easy enough. So we'll do enable secret, and we'll use that password @cons1234 bang sign. And that's set. Cool. Configure SSH as it was done on the router. Okay, so a couple things we need to do to prepare for SSH. We do need to set the host name, and we do need to set, username is going to be right below that. We do need to add a domain. So let's add those first 2 things. Let's do those 2 things first. So let's go ahead and set the host name to what it is here. So we're going to host name SW-1. And let's go ahead and just set the domain to security.com as we did previously. So we'll go IP name security.com, and that's good stuff. And we're ready to go ahead. We'll go ahead and create the username now. So we'll do username, and that's going to be net admin. It says encrypted secret password. They're telling us to use secret. We saw this in the last video. Secret log admin bank sign 9, and that's set. So we're ready to start SSH, so we'll just do IP SSH version 2. Sounds good. Hey, do you want to make some keys? Yes, I do. Crypto key generate RSA, and they want 1024, so we'll do 1024. And that looks pretty good. And it says we're down to the last couple of bullet points here. It says the VTY lines should only accept connections over SSH, so we can do that. And the VTY line should allow the network administrator access to switch management. Okay. And hosts on LAN should be able to ping and switch. Well, we already turned those back on, so that should be done already. So we'll concentrate on the second to last two bullet points. VTY lines should only accept connections over SSH, no problem. So we'll do line VTY 064, and that is the transport input. And just for fun, we'll do a question mark there. Oh, hey, what are all the things that we could accept? We could accept all, we could accept none, we could accept SSH, we could accept telnet. It's saying do SSH, so we'll just do SSH. So you can't telnet into the switch anymore. You will telnet in, or you will telnet in through SSH. You will SSH into the switch. And the lines should allow the network administrator to access the switch management interface. The network administrator was set for that username, so we will do login local, and that should be good there. Host both LANs should be able to ping the switch. I think we're good in that regard. We're sitting on 96 points. I'm going to do a quick check results and see what we missed here. Check results, and everything looks pretty good. I got the IP address wrong on the switch. Let's check into that. How could I have possibly done that? Let's do a do show run. And way down at VLAN 1, I set the IP address to 192.168.1.2, and that, oh man, that's for the PC. That was a huge mistake. I should have been up here, 192.168.1.254. Let's go ahead and fix that. Let's fix that problem. So Control C, INT VLAN 1, IP address 192.168.1.254. Easy enough to switch an IP address out, and we're now sitting at 100%. So at this point, you could save your document and send it in. Hopefully you didn't need this video, but if you needed it for a little bit of help, I hope that it was helpful.